All right.
What is up, guys? Welcome to another episode. I was telling you earlier, I have tried 8 different names and it's not working. So the California Soul Show is what it is.
This is where we're keeping it at.
That's where it's
There
at,
it is.
guys. As you guys know, for all your real estate needs, feel free to reach out, shoot me a DM. And if Sandra is much cuter than I am, please feel free to call
If
her.
for any reason that doesn't work, I'm right here.
See,
Shoot me a
we're
DM.
not for everybody, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But shoot her a DM. What's your Instagram?
Sandy South California.
There you go, Sandy. She's straight Jack, man.
You know what
she
I
was
mean?
like, hey! Got close.
For a split second, I was Sandy South LA, but I just kind of expanded all the way.
Yeah,
And I'm
because
like,
honestly, that was my thought too from the get go. To be honest with you, this all stemmed from changing my Instagram.
Yeah.
And realizing that this was available.
yeah, see?
And I was like, all right, cool. We're running
Take
with
it.
it.
I'm running
We're
with
running
it.
with it, guys.
You have to.
So it's where it stemmed from, and I just been pushing on it, and it's working out pretty cool. This is the rebrand with the colors and all that.
I love it.
Get
I
some
love
more
it.
energy going.
Yeah.
Tired of the.
I love the
very basic,
the yellow standing out. You want to be able to
Yeah.
to do that. I want to be able to see you from
That's the point, bro. I want you to be like,
like,
turning
I'm
the
gonna
corner.
stop it. It's like, you're there.
Turn the corner, and you're like, oh, there it is. You know what I'm saying? Guys,
You're like that one girl coming out the club with that yellow dress.
yeah, right? You're that little highlighter rolling
There it is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right, guys. So, very special episode. We are one day before Thanksgiving, which is crazy. This year is already.
It's flown by.
We've had a crazy year. We started off in such a rush of business and energy and all that, and then it's just literally hit a brick wall, right? And what's crazy is that because people see so much negativity, and they're like, about to exit the business.
Yeah.
Don't wait, hold on, don't do this. Everybody's hitting the brakes and panicking. And the truth is, I think there's a ton of opportunity. And then to back that up, me and you were talking about how tomorrow's the day,
Yes.
right? Thanksgiving.
Yes.
What are we gonna see?
Whew,
18
a bunch
million
of things. I'm thankful.
Right,
I'm thankful.
a million posts on
Instagram, social media,
social-
every
I'm so
social platform.
I'm thankful for my mom and my family and my business, but you know what? You got to be thankful for the hard times too.
Yeah.
Because truly, like, these are the things that we're going to go through that are going to forge us to be that in our life, right? And right now in our business, it has completely changed.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who in their jobs, their job security, whatever, they're fine. We're seeing a ton of layoffs happening.
Yeah.
We're seeing the market take a dip. I mean, FTX just lost $32 billion from rent, people all over the world.
I saw, yeah.
So, I mean, it's crazy. So much is going on in such a short period of time. And we're going to see this. We're going to see this thankfulness. And one of the things that me and you have gone back and forth on with a good partner of ours, Gabe here, is getting that mental clarity. And honestly, that's one of the things I could say this year has, I've been on a long journey of wins and losses, but being able to get like that clear mindedness, and I fight with him a lot.
Yeah.
Right. But
You're resistant.
I'm not resistant, bro. It's just hard for me to understand some of the things that he talks about because my brain is constantly, we gotta win, right? And he's like, no, you need to accept where you're at first.
Yeah.
And coming to you.
It took me a while to get to this point right now where I'm at. Because let me tell you, I was exactly where you were at.
Yeah.
It's like, nobody can tell me shit.
Right.
I'll be like, no, this is how it is. This is how it is, and so it is.
Yeah.
And
a little stubborn, huh?
yeah, it's the Virgo and who I am in me.
Right.
But no, yeah, I mean, coming back to today, like you said, being thankful for the fact that, like you said, we all we started off skyrocketing. I mean, business was going up the walls.
Yeah.
And now it's like a little bit of a stomp,
Right.
But being even thankful to even be here during these times.
Of course.
Is, and then more on the mental state of me, because it does stem from that. A lot of people check out. It's the day before Thanksgiving, and you're here. I'm here.
Yeah.
Who's in the office? As you can see, it's empty.
And the place is empty.
It's empty.
I've been saying that. I was here the other day, and it was like 5:00. And mind you, it's been getting darker.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I like the main lights, they shut off, and I was like, damn, nobody's here. It's 5. And honestly, like, I feel like this is the time we need to double down.
Yeah.
Right? Triple down. We're going to have to triple down the amount of effort to make the same money that we were on the same last year with minimal effort, right? So this is part of the business, but I'm thankful for the opportunities because there are a lot of people who are scared, running, holding off, not doing what they need to do when, like I tell everybody, transactions are going to close.
Yeah, and that's where you came up to with what you just said right now about being in the mental state of being because of the journey that you're at. If you're not mentally prepared, or if you're not working on yourself, inner self, I actually sent a text to my son this morning, kind of just telling him, stemming to being grateful for even being able to empower him any way that I can. And I told him my thought of the day today is work on your inner self. That's exactly what I showed him.
Nice.
Because if you're not working on your inner self, you're not progressing, and that's what has attracted what it is to my business right now. My business and my team. I mean,
I'm a big believer in what you put out is what you get back, right?
Yes.
So if everything's negativity, this is falling apart, the world sucks, I don't have any money, but well, guess what you're going to get in return?
And it's hard not to, because we have human experiences. We're human.
Right.
I just had a recent, situation with a transaction, and I was in Mexico, and I'm like going for a wedding for a cousin, haven't been to Mexico in 22 years, and this transaction over here in California is messing up my day.
It's falling up,
I'm like,
falling apart,
and I'm like coming back and realizing that had nothing to do with him, had to do everything where I still have inner work to do.
Yeah.
Because how can I let someone completely ruin my vacation when I'm there?
I'll tell you what, I've been working on myself for a long time, learning about myself, learning about how I trigger on things that I would freak out about, right? And there was a builder I worked with maybe 5 years ago, and I'll never forget, he just finished his house, and it was 2,600 square feet, beautiful, brand new build. And I show up the next morning, and it's completely flooded.
Ooh.
And he goes, open the door, shut off the water.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm over here like, bro, I'm about to lose my shit. It's not even my investment. I was just selling it for him. And he's like, it's okay. Don't worry about it. He's like, we'll dry it up, cut the drywall, we'll fix it. It's okay. And I was just like, at that moment, I learned something. I was like, dude, the more you blow up and freak out about stuff that's not going to change.
What does Gabe always say? Nothing is happening.
Yeah.
It's what it is like we're already focusing on tomorrow or what is not, you know, instead of, what is going to happen? Shut it off and make it, what's going to make it better and fix it. Because that's the only way you're going to actually get to tomorrow.
Exactly. And I'm over here losing my shit, and it's not mine. And I'm like, that guy literally in that very moment made so much sense of so much of my life, because I was so, at that time, I was so like quick to fight, quick to flight. It's like, and I was just like, bro, this guy's not even worried about it. And what it taught me to was, at that time, money was coming in, but it wasn't where he was at.
Yeah.
Right? And I realized, why he's not stressing is because he actually had the money to not worry about it. Right. And that's where people don't understand, is that money is energy, right? He still had good energy no matter what the situation was. And that's one of the things that I've looked at is in this business is that, you ever notice the agents that are freaking out are the ones that have no business? Yeah. Right? Because if they have business and they have deals transacting and stuff going on,
things moving,
they're not stressed out.
Well, I also feel that, with that being said, sometimes Gabe is a prime example for me. Things can be going, upside down.
Haywire,
but every time it's like, what is going on? And he's like, all is well. Like, all is well, because it's exactly where he's supposed to be.
You're supposed to believe it to be well.
And then it's like, and then if he's sitting there, because as long as you're sitting there and you're aware of what's happening to you and you're knowing what your next move is at that moment, nothing else is going on. You know what I mean?
We create so much of a shit show. It's so unnecessary.
We create stories in our head.
Yeah. And that's, what is that? That's the ego. That's your ego.
I always tell my mom, like, now that I learned this, in this journey, sometimes my mom does the same thing. She's a Taurus. And I'm like, you already killed me, turned me around, and brought me back and put me to life like 3 times. I'm like, and I'm still here. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like nothing's even happening.
Right.
Like, and we do that all the time as the ego. You already probably in that situation. Well, it flooded. I'm not gonna get a listing. It's done. I'm whatever it is.
Well, you think the worst, right? You're like, this is gonna take forever to fix. And it's like everything. And mind you, at that time we had 26 homes in that tract being built. Yeah. And this one was one of the first ones sold. Like, no joke. They were supposed to move in we were midway through escrow when it happened. And literally, no joke, within 4 days, it was already fixed.
See?
And that's the thing.
I was
But it was the scarcity mindset that I had at the time. It was the idea of shit just hit the fan, and it's crazy because even what I learned up until that point had got me so far, but that little situation helped me so much.
And got you where you are now. I think it's a huge, 100%. Impact in your life.
It's a constant learning curve,
Of course. Yeah. We go through different phases and then healing our traumas from even that, because we extend to act a certain way from certain, upbringing. This is why, like for me, it was a lot of just reacting on impulse because that had been my whole, upbringing. Growing with, in a household of domestic violence and hitting and yelling and this, it was just like always on defense.
That fight or flight.
It was fight or fight. Yeah, exactly. So it's like you're doing this, I'm attacking. I'm doing this, I'm defense. So that's where
you're like, I'm no longer a punching bag.
Yeah,
it's
done. But instead of that, like now where I'm at, where it's like I have to sit back and kind of just recontextualize what is happening, and how I'm being, not anyone else.
That word he used quite a bit, right? Recontextualizing the situation. And one of the things I've understood now is what we allow and what we push our boundaries. Like, let's just say, and the word boundary in itself, I hate, but at the same time, I get what it means now, where I never did. And in those things, whether it's a relationship or business or whatever, the more that you allow that goalpost to be moved, instead of standing firm, whether it's a shit show transaction, because you should have been enjoying fucking Mexico,
right?
But you were over there like, and you're like, bro, I should have just said, all right, cool, bye.
And that would have been it.
And that would have been it.
Dealt with it and whatever, told it, because it wasn't, the transaction had already closed. Let me tell you.
So what you're telling me is you just weren't drinking enough.
I think I was worried too much. My ego. How dare he call? How dare he does this? You know what I mean? When I've already, and it's nothing to do with me.
Wait, bro. The transaction was already closed.
Closed, mind you. So
I would have been
the buyer's agent calls me and tells me, like, is there someone still living there? Because this guy would not move out. You know what I mean? So that's where it extended from. And I'm just like, because I have myself, I have the thing where if I don't, I have to finish things. And we're like that. I have to finish things from A through Z and smooth.
Right.
Anything comes up, I'm reliable for it.
Stop what I'm doing
and let me
fix it.
So, but I have to learn that there's some things that I don't need to be dealing with. That it's okay to let go.
That's one of the things that, like, I could say where, as much as I hate that, I actually pride myself on that, because I'm like, no. Let me stop what I'm doing. Let me go over there, fix it, drag him out by his back of his collar. Like, you know what I mean? Whatever I gotta do. Because nobody's gonna make me look bad in that scenario, right? So that's, again,
and that's ego. Like ego, where it's like, I'm not gonna look bad. I'm a badass person. Like, I did this.
Let me take care of
How
this
dare
shit.
he? And in reality, it's like, what is it really gonna do? It's taking more of my inner peace. Yeah. Because I was comfortable and I was happy, and he just I went to where I feel that fire right here. Yeah. That's me. You know what I mean? When I get pissed, I'm like, I have this fire in my chest.
That's one thing. Like I've learned over the years is I love to be at peace, because my anger is not my friend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And whether you want to call it ego or whatever, there's certain parts of my reality that I know that I still can't control fully. Yeah. So I stay away from being angry or being that mad, because it's at that point, bro, it's
now I'm like that. Was not like that. My first impulse was fight.
Yeah, me now I'm just like, oh, you're like that? Okay, cool. Bro, see you later. Here's the door.
And now it's more like, hey, who am I gonna be and who am I being in this situation? Because the only outcome is going to be what the energy that I put in.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah. Like you said, now it's like, what energy am I actually putting in? And is it even worth me to get riled up?
Yeah.
So bad where I can, get so like shaky, because I get to that point.
That's a problem, is like, I realized that, like, my that shaky, that anxiety, that like that frustration, it's like, bro, just, you know what? I'm better off in peace. I'm not going to let, this person, whatever it may be the situation, like, because it literally gets you, especially like we deal with agents who think their shit don't stink, right?
Yes.
Like, bro, if you see an agent, just so you know, if your number is like starts with 00, I already don't like you.
That's it.
You've been around way too long, bro. Like, you've been away. Dude, yeah.
Where that starts.
This is going to piss off some real estate agents right now, but I'm going to tell you guys, if you have a 00 and you're still doing real estate, bro, everybody else after you can't stand you, because you're going to make this transaction so fucking difficult. Shit's easy. You ever heard of DocuSign?
They're in a whole different. They're in a whole different.
Y'all ever heard of DocuSign?
It's-
Because we're here in 2022, and y'all still living in 1996. So,
where's the paper?
so yeah.
I got some stuff scanned. The
Right,
last time.
bro.
It was
Oh my
crazy.
God. So
Yeah.
you know,
You have a
it's-
fax?
Yeah. Oh God. So don't hate me. I'm sorry. It's just what I'm even thankful for you fuckers.
You may be who I am today.
yeah, right. But you know, it's again, this is all going back to that mind shift set and that clarity.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think the thankfulness comes more from being able to make those decisions.
Yeah.
Without having to, you know, turn them into a fight. You know, turn them into, because I mean, even like you said, you let that person get under your skin.
And now I
whatever.
know. I
And
think I'm thankful for that situation because it helped me now realize that I have more inner work to do.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. And I think we're always going to be a work in progress. You know?
Always.
We're always going
Always.
to be, you know, the one thing that bothers me with these holidays is that everybody's so thankful for everything. I'm thankful for my kids and thankful. And I'm like, bro, like, I love when I see my kids all the time. I love being at their games, and I love, you know,
And I think
you're watching your son grow.
Yeah.
My older son is the same. Bro, you know how thankful I am for my kid to be, dude, I have fought with my son for years to go to the gym with me. I was like super dedicated. Obviously, I've gained a bunch of weight, but I was super dedicated at one point, right? And I would be like, come on. He was like my little go-to, you know? And no, I don't want to go. Or if he go, all we did was complain. Now, bro, this fool's 6'3".
He's there all the time.
He's like 6'3", 290, just getting, and every day he's like,
Yoked.
He's like, check it out.
Yeah.
He's like, you know what I mean? He's like flexing for me. I'm like, bro, keep killing it. I love it. That shit I'm thankful
My
for.
son was the same way. I've always been, you know, once I started my journey of athleticism and keeping myself fit, you know, fit journey and making sure that coincides with my mental.
This is also Body by Sandman.
It
right?
is.
Yeah.
Body by Sandman, CrossFit. I am a CrossFit junkie.
Yeah.
I've done it for 10 years and a CrossFit, not just athlete, but a coach. But I took him one time. I think he was possibly maybe 15, 14.
Yeah.
He threw up. Never went back again. He's like, forget this, mom.
Say-
You're just
just
full of
say,
shit.
bro.
He was just like, let me live.
Yes.
Don't do nothing. And now, you know, fast forward
So
years.
I used to go to Pledge Fitness, and shout out to Ray. Ray's been actually very influential. The dude's
Awesome.
awesome. It's Pledge Fitness and Jiu Jitsu now in Downey. Super dope guy. He has a book called Revolutionize Your Life. Actually, I think I have it.
Oh, okay.
Dope book. Little short read, bro. If you guys ever want to reach out to him, cool cat. But I took Anthony there a couple times for CrossFit. Oh my God, bro. He was like, this sucks.
Yes.
He was so
My son
mad.
threw up. And he
Yeah.
never went back for years, right?
Yeah.
And I had to learn also too, because I was the same type. Like I was like really like, you know, eat right, this. And I had to let him play out his journey.
Yeah.
And now
That's
fast
the same
forward,
for me.
he's
'Cause
25.
I would be like
yeah.
screaming at him like,
I'm like, why don't you
what's
just
wrong?
and then lose and eat right? And
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
as time has gone by, he has now. I started Body by Sandyman when the pandemic hit. You know, when I started training personally,
yeah.
And now he took 2 years with me, completely personal.
Yeah.
And now he's at the box because I have less time since I'm doing the you know, more of real estate. But he's been in it for 3 years and on his own,
Dope.
and he loves it.
Yeah.
He loves it now. But I had to let him do
yeah,
his
and that's the
play
same
it out.
thing. That's the same thing with Anthony. Like I had to let him, like, and it was crazy because it just became. It kind of like I feel like my kid grew up in like in like a year span.
Yeah.
you know, like he got a new job and he was killing it, and it enticed him to go to. He was like, well, what am I do? I'm off work. Like go to the gym. Then he became a gymaholic, which is so dope. You know, he's kind of found his way, and that's if there's anything I'm thankful for. I'm thankful for that. Was one of my biggest things to see come to light right now. It's so dope.
Because it's a difference.
Yeah.
You know, with me, actually, it was one time. And sometimes we don't like to see our kids suffer. We would like to take everything away.
Right.
It was an incident that happened when we went to Universal Studios. He was big. My son was big. And we were getting on the Harry Potter ride.
Right.
And they asked them as we're walking in, they outdid him and said, can you come sit down to see if you fit in the seat? And I literally wanted, you know, Mama Bear wanted to come out and be like, you asshole, why are you outing my son?
like,
you know what I mean? But I had to let him experience that because that got him to where like this is not what I want for me.
Right.
And it did a turn. And that's where, you know, on the side of me, sometimes we have to let them fail or we have to let them experience.
I mean, bro, I've gone through not necessarily that, but I've gone to the point where like I looked at a picture one day and I was like, bro, what the fuck did I do to myself? Right?
It's a full reflection, realization.
And it's crazy because I gained a bunch of weight, still working out, right? Still partying, whatever. And I remember like people would come up to me and they're like, hey bro, I remember you were working out like this, or how should I do this lift or that lift or whatever? And I would be like, why are you asking me? Like, you see how fucking fat I am right now, bro? Like what? And they're like, no, but the way you talk about it, it makes sense. And I'm like, well, okay. And I'd be like, fuck, I'm over here giving advice to people.
Yeah.
And I'm not taking it for myself, And having that, really, that breakthrough. Because now it's crazy because even in a short period of time, getting that mental clarity to come back to it. I've been fasting. I've been eating every other day now. So it's like a 30-something hour fast, right? Yeah. 35, 30 to 36 hours, kind of how it plays out. But it's crazy how that was what I did in the very beginning when I lost weight. Because I've done it. It was 5 years ago. I had dropped 100 pounds.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize, like, no matter what I tried to lose weight over the last 5 years again, it never worked. And it never worked because I wasn't able to control my stress.
So much factors come into it.
Stress. I learned this recently. Stress kills your magnesium.
Yeah.
Coffee kills your magnesium. Your body can't even break down fat without magnesium.
And then I'm like, it depends on your own metabolism.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Well, so now I've gotten older.
Yes.
Metabolism has dropped.
Slower.
Right. But more than anything that I can correlate the two is the mental clarity. Because when I started, I was like, you couldn't fucking tell me a motherfucking thing, right? Like, I was so clear. Like,
you were focused.
Bro, there would be Oreos there, and I wouldn't even... Dude, it was trash to me, you know? And to get back to that is taking a lot.
Oh, because let me tell you, this is what we were, reading a book. It's called Atomic Habits in our book club, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so...
I've listened to that book,
letting them know, because I used to be a smoker. I used to smoke a pack of cigarette a day. A pack a day.
Yeah.
A pack a day and coffee. That was my day. Okay, back in the days.
Damn.
But I had to do a lot. A pack a day.
Woo.
Okay.
Hey, you're expensive, bro.
Yeah.
Nowadays, that's like $12, isn't it?
And let me tell you.
How much is a pack of cigarettes now? Like $10-12?
11 something.
Jesus Christ.
Mind you, it's been a long time, but I utilize that to, it calms me down. It relaxes me. I can now, where I'm at, thankful for this clarity in myself. I love to smoke. Rich, I love to smoke. Smoking a cigarette is like I'm like, man, like this is, like you see me, you don't even know.
Yeah.
But people are like, you smoke, you're a CrossFitter, now and stuff like that. And I'm like, I used to, but the mental, I guess, when you're mentally strong and your clarity, I know that I don't need to now to smoke to calm down calm down everything that I feel, my anxiety, all of it, because that's what I utilize.
Well, a lot of it too, you have to remember though, and I know for a fact, because if not, you're lying to me. A lot of this anxiety we've created.
Of course.
It's all made up.
Of course.
Oh, I need to smoke.
It's the story that we create.
It's the story.
Yeah.
And that like...
Because that's what's going to calm me down. That's what's going to this.
And that's where like for me, my trigger is the food, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, cool. You pissed me off.
Yeah.
Fuck it. I'm just going to eat whatever.
Yeah.
Fuck today.
Because that's what we
right?
It's an outing. It's an outlet that we use.
It is.
It's an outlet.
For me, that's... Everybody has their little vice, addiction, whatever you want to call it.
We all have habits.
Yeah. And
good
it's crazy.
Bad.
It's crazy how not until you understand that will you ever get past it.
Yeah. Well, now I can turn it on and off.
Yeah.
Now I can literally say, I'm going to have a cigarette because I feel like it.
Yeah.
Not because I feel like, I have anxiety. I'm going to, No. I want to have one and I'm going to enjoy the shit out of it.
Yeah.
And I have one and I don't have any more because it's not something I need. It's something I choose that I enjoy. Do I enjoy it? Yes. People are like, literally, if I chose to smoke, I will, because I love smoking.
Right.
It's like, I just don't like the way that it certain smells and my fingers and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
But I love to smoke.
It's crazy because I remember I had smoked years and years ago, right? And it just became like somebody was at the place I worked and it was like, let me have one, whatever, two. Whatever,
yeah.
Right? And then it became more. And then I was like, and I remember this dude walking by me and he smelled so terrible. And I was like, fuck that, never again. like it was so bad. It smelled
and
like,
it's crazy because
Yeah.
I can't stand when I'm not smoking.
Yeah.
I can't stand
Stand
the
the
smoke.
smell, yeah.
I just don't.
Dude, you
but
mean-
I smoke and I love it.
Yeah.
And I've only done that like more like when I'm social drinking. You know
Of
what I
course,
mean?
it's always like a
it's
time,
always
yeah.
like a thing. Like I'm
Yeah,
gonna have
yeah.
a whiskey and just have my damn cigarette.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you know what I mean? Very rarely. But now I'm not doing that. But I used to. I literally crashed my car, backing up, lighting up a cigarette. That's how much I used to smoke.
Yeah.
Or 7 a.m. That was my breakfast. 7 a.m.
Breakfast of champions, huh?
Breakfast, coffee, and a cigarette. I crashed my car that way.
Yeah.
But that's what now clarity meant. Then working on myself and
Yeah.
I don't need it. Obviously, I replaced that habit with CrossFit because I do work out a lot. I
Yeah,
love
but
it.
that was your you
My shift.
you pivoted.
Yeah,
to that.
my shift. Yeah, it was my shift.
But without mental clarity, you would have went right back.
I would have no, because I literally can go right now. And there's
Yeah.
a lot of people that will fall. Like they
Yeah.
say, you go back to drugs, you go back to
Back
this.
to- yeah.
But without mentally and being working
Right,
on my inner
right.
self, I could not just do that. I could not just go by and not use it and not do it again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because there's a difference between me choosing and me utilizing as an outlet.
Got it.
I choose to smoke now.
You're choosing to,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't just,
100%.
and I'm making a conscious decision to do it.
See, and that's where it comes down to is conscious decision on anything we do, right?
Yes.
And that's kind of like what I think is the biggest takeaway that I've learned with Gabe. And again, we're talking about being thankful.
Yeah.
I think one of the most important things that I can say I'm thankful for is just making those conscious decisions, because our emotions, our anger, our frustration can blind us from the decision that we know needs to be made
Yeah.
in any situation. Right?
Def-
I have a lot of, I go back and forth, whether it could be with my son or my mom or even those hard conversations with clients.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, just have the conversation.
Yeah.
Like just have the conversation. That's it. And once you do that, you realize like all the ego and I got to be right and all that, like that all has gone away. You're so much more productive and mentally clear.
And at peace,
Yeah.
you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
and the
Like,
peace, yeah.
there's two things I'm very thankful for Gabe coming into my life, and that is one, awareness, awareness of what comes with consciousness.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It's aligned. That, and then just the fact of knowing who I'm being at that moment,
Right.
because my awareness now puts me where who am I being, and biggest takeaway for that and thankful for him is learning how to be not emotionally attached or
Okay.
not attached,
Yeah.
whether
Yeah,
not
'cause we
not in that
attach it-
loving,
we-
but not attached.
We get so attached to that feeling that we don't let go.
The
of it. We
emotion,
don't-
the feeling. So
no, I'm right.
yes,
Yeah,
there goes the
Yeah,
ego,
yeah.
because the ego only
Yeah.
can only feed itself
Right.
when you have an emotion and
Right.
an attachment to it.
Yeah.
Because when you don't, you truly don't care about it.
Yeah.
It's not gonna affect you in any
Right.
way. So those are the three things that I'm grateful for
This
him
is
coming
this
in.
is the one thing to say with like social media right now, even news in general, is that it's made us very emotionless in the sense of this mass murder happened, this
Yeah.
like crazy ass car caught on fire. We watch, bro. Our emotions are like you could literally swipe down Instagram right now, right, and it'll be like a cat or a kitten playing with each other. You're like, haha, and then 2 seconds later, there's some dude blowing off, blowing himself to pieces.
Yeah.
And then 2 seconds later, it's this crazy car crash. And then 2 seconds later, it's this beautiful car that you love.
Yeah.
And it's like now we've become emotionless like to that, because nothing really from this side of the screen, nothing really can affect us like that. But
Yeah.
if it's personal, man.
Yeah, of course, because
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
once it becomes part of your
Right.
your actual being,
Yeah.
then it's you attach.
Right.
That's where the hardest part is, to be able to be aware of the fact of who you're being with your family, with your closest
With your
people,
yeah.
with your clients, with your business, because there's no emotion attached, even with any type of transaction you make now. You know what I mean? Whether it's with a business partner,
Right.
or whether it isn't with someone. Me and my girlfriend, we're working on doing business together, right?
Okay.
And it's let's sit down and I take out emotion. You and I think
Yeah,
like
yeah,
we were
yeah.
just talking
Yeah,
about
yeah.
that. I sit down with her and
has to
I
be-
take this out and it's like I literally have a contract that we're gonna sign together.
Well, because you have to.
It's business,
because-
and not because I'm trying to be an asshole.
No,
it's just business.
and that's the thing, because once you take the emotion out of it, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
And that's where either it does or it doesn't. That's one thing I can say. I really like commercial real estate
Yeah.
about is that it's just
It's
a numbers.
emotionless.
Does this make sense? Does this work for us? Yes. No. Cool. Is this the price?
Same
Yeah,
thing
all
with
right,
Mark.
perfect.
Mark
Yeah.
does a lot of more of multi-units and more like he
Uh-huh.
deals with investors. He doesn't deal with residential
Right,
because
right.
it requires
lot of-
emotion.
a lot of
And
emotion,
he's not that. He's like, okay, this is just what's the best for my client. That's all I'm doing. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
yeah.
Nothing else. It's not like, you know,
Right.
the emotion, the family, the first house, all of that. That doesn't, you know,
Yeah.
he's just done with that aspect
Gotcha.
of things. So that's what he is so involved in that. And he's so good at it. That's why he gets so many
Right.
listings because of that aspect.
because of that specific thing.
He just
yeah.
worries about how much is my client gonna
Yeah,
make.
right.
Boom, knock it all out.
Yeah.
That's it.
Does this make sense? And
That's it. That's pretty much
See,
it.
and that's one of the things, like when it comes to real estate, and for anybody who wants to get in real estate, you really got to pick your poison.
Definitely.
You know, I've caught myself kind of in that middle of, I don't mind helping people with
Yeah.
the first time home buyer. I love giving them keys. That's cool. I really like to paint the vision though,
Yeah,
because a
same.
lot of people come in, they're like, oh, I don't. I had a good friend of mine. He bought I got him a house in La Habra, and this is kind of at the peak of things, right? So I negotiated the hell out of it.
Yeah.
Needed a ton of work, got it in, got the deal done. And I remember when we first walked in there, they both looked at me like, "No." I was like, "Listen, hold on, I see.
Let me
let me show you."
Yeah.
And he already had in mind that he was going to do a bunch of work,
Yeah.
right? So I'm like, all right, cool. Look, bro, this wall right here is a wasted wall for a divider. We'll open this up. Now we can do, kitchen, living.
Yeah,
and
you just
right?
spread it
And I-
out.
and I
Yeah.
and I was like, dude, you demo this, you demo that. And then mind you, I had like the 1970s cabinets in the kitchen that came down to like when I was standing up, it was like at my chin, right? I go, bro, even if I just knock these down right now, like it would look like a total different house.
Yeah.
And then the hallway was super narrow, and I'm like, there's closets
Yeah.
on both sides. I'm like, well, demo on one side, maybe even both, if it works for you. And look how wide it becomes. And then they're like, damn, okay, bro. He has done such a fucking awesome job with that house. That part I like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That part of showing, like selling the vision. That's what I like.
Well, like you said, find your
Yeah.
niche. Find your
Right,
niche
yeah.
when you're a realtor. You have to find your niche because it's
Yeah.
not every type of transaction is for you.
Right.
What is it that you love? What is it that you do? I love all aspects because I'm very emotional.
Right.
I love doing and I
Right.
love providing and I still love seeing my clients be
Yeah.
ecstatic about what they are
Of course,
doing.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm also very transactional and numbers and I
Yeah.
like to make my investors and make that happen where it's like, okay,
Yeah.
let me get you this. I'm very versatile with both.
One thing, yeah, go ahead.
And I love both. So I
One-
think, but some people just like a little bit more to
A little
find your
more-
niche.
find
If
your
you're,
niche,
yeah, like you said, if
one
you're
thing
trying to do that.
I've learned, because as a car guy, people think like, oh, well, you want this car, you want that car, you
Yeah.
like Ferraris. I'm like, okay, hold on. Yeah, I like Ferraris. Yeah, I like Lambos. I get it. But the truth is, like, just buying the car isn't enough for me.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I want to do the build, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, then first it's the car, then it's exhaust, and then it's
'Cause you
wheels,
wanna
then
make
it's
it yours.
suspension.
You wanna be
So
able to-
that's the
it's-
thing. So that I've translated that to real estate.
To
where
real estate, yeah.
First, it's like, all right, cool. Then we're gonna demo.
That's
this,
why you
and
like
we're gonna open
buying
up
the
that.
ugly duckling and then making it,
why
amazing.
I like the ugly
Yeah,
side of real estate,
yeah.
right? Because I like the build.
Yeah.
The build,
Yeah.
the build is what I actually really like to take care of, and watching things transform.
Yeah. And I think that's it. That's the thing. What is huge because I think that that's part of who you're going to be now because you're transforming yourself. I think it's a
100%,
huge
yeah,
part of
yeah.
your own transformation.
it's not only
Transitioning.
personally, but it's going to be business wise.
business-wise.
like the focus is there. It's for me. It was very transactional.
Yeah.
I got a deal. It was wholesale. I did
Yeah.
more wholesale than retail, right? It was like, boom, got a deal under contract,
Done.
made a phone call, cool, see you later, boom,
Bye.
money's in the bank,
Yeah.
and we're good.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? That was cool, but now it's like, all right, it's very short lived.
Yes.
And I actually like the idea of doing the work, and I didn't, as I've gotten older, I don't want to swing the hammer anymore.
Yeah,
But I'm definitely cool.
But you
with-
still want to be involved.
I want
right?
to be
Yeah,
involved,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So it's crazy because I can tell you where to take it on the wall and what to put up and what to look good, but making it look pretty, that's a female show. That's a female
That's
show.
my thing with
Yeah.
like even marketing, because a lot of
Yeah.
marketing, I can tell you my vision,
Yeah.
but I'm not a designer.
Right.
Put it together, show me like 5 different things, and I'm gonna tell you connect this,
Yeah,
and put
yeah,
it up.
yeah.
That's me. You know what I
Right.
mean? But I'm not a designer. Like
Right.
I have the vision, I have the creativity of
Yeah.
telling you.
It was the same thing. Like my flyers, I did.
Yeah.
My flyers, bro. I get so many compliments on those flyers, and I had the vision, and I was like, yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna put this together. And I just like sent it to this company, gave them everything, a breakdown, kind of what I wanted to look like. I literally drew it, like, like, you know what I mean? Came back, couldn't ask for anything better.
Yeah,
Came out
see,
perfect, yeah.
that's the way I've always worked. I mean,
Yeah, so honestly, guys, I'm super thankful for your time.
thank you.
I'm not cutting you off yet. What I actually wanted to jump into was, we talked a little bit about it earlier, but we've actually named off quite a few things we're thankful for too, right? Yeah. But on back to the business side of it, I really want to know. You said you dabbled in real estate.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What was it that really brought you to real estate? What was it that said, hey, you know what? I want to go do that.
I've always been a people,
because this is the people business.
Yeah, I've
real
always
estate,
been.
Real estate is those homes are standing, right?
Yeah.
But it's a people business, right? So
I love people. I love networking. I
Yeah.
love having a relationship with everyone.
She's
and
a
every,
social
I'm a
butterfly.
social butterfly.
Yeah.
I am a social. I have butterflies tattooed all over me. I am a social butterfly. I love the fact of not just being. I'm not a behind the desk type of person. Not just even on the people of my clients, but even on the fact that I can help who I have around me and helping them grow.
Yeah,
helping them build.
one of the best feelings that I've come across, when I get praise from some of the agents that I've trained. I had a conversation with one of my buddies a couple days ago, and I literally it was the ego, for sure, right? Not even accepting the compliment, because he was just like, bro, you don't understand where I was at in my life when I met you, what you brought me out of, how you directed me, and and I was just like, damn, I never even thought I did that for I thought I failed you because I didn't get you enough, because that's our own ego saying, bro.
Oh, because you thought you weren't enough.
Yeah,
it's a reflection of who we think we're ourselves.
So to hear that from him was so epic, and again, thankful even for that, for even people being able to express that, because a lot of people can't even express that,
and that is huge thing that I'm also thankful for, because I see that a lot of people. I told you I've only been in the business for a year,
right,
and in the business with the license,
yeah.
But people think I've been in the business for years.
Well, because the way you speak on top of it, right? So it's a profession,
yeah.
So you brought everything and the way you treat people from all the experience that you've had, and you just directed it into real estate.
And to be honest, I literally, Rich, I love what I do.
Yeah.
It's not just about the money. It's not that is just an addition to what obviously, because we can't, like you said, money is energy, so you need it to live, to do other stuff.
In full transparency, and this is where I love to be transparent with people, is I came in here just for the money.
Yeah.
I didn't even, to be honest with you, my core passion has always been cars, stuff that goes fast, bikes, all that, right? And then I realized like this was my, kind of, I don't know, what it became was, I just, I'm doing it because I can make some money.
Yeah.
I don't have to work so many hours. Now I work twice as much as I thought, and I deal with so many more people, but it's actually given me so many more experiences too.
Yeah.
It's crazy because the guys I would sell bikes to years and years ago now call me to buy their house.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because what I didn't realize, I didn't realize how good I was at building the relationships.
Yeah.
Or even promoting events or whatever. Because it's crazy to think back, because I had a crazy conversation with a buddy of mine, right?
Yeah.
He goes, bro, why didn't we ever open a club? Why didn't we ever he's like, we used to promote the crap out of events. Like we used to bring in,
and I used to be a promoter for Icon Entertainment back in the days.
Okay, so we used to kill it with that stuff, and we just didn't see the opportunity then, and it's the one thing, all these people who have access to YouTube or Instagram now, the vision's out there, right? And I think that's when I came into real estate, I was like, all right, cool, this is my path to that next thing, right? But what happens now that I'm in it, I actually don't want to leave.
Yeah.
I just got to, you know what I mean? I had to figure out what was really
Yeah,
good
you
for me.
kind of have to go and see what it is, and if it's really.
Right.
That's why I tell you, like finding your niche.
Right.
I didn't come in for the money. I knew that I could make money.
No, everybody's aware that you make money in real estate, right?
Exactly.
What I can honestly say is how much money I spend in real estate,
Yes.
bro.
It's
I spend a fortune
Yeah.
in like marketing, mailers, dude, ads, your MLS stuff. Like if everything costs
Money.
crazy money.
Yeah.
And people like I told one guy, I was like, bro, I could have my Lambo. And he was like, what do you mean? I'm like, I spend a Lambo payment in mailers.
Yeah.
And he's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, bro. Like, how much do you think it costs to mail 5,000
And that's where
people?
it comes, where it's like,
You
if you
know?
want to be a realtor,
Yeah.
you need to know that you're gonna have to invest. And this goes with anything. I've
Right.
been in, like I told you, I've been in corporate. I've done,
Right.
profit and losses. I've been a bookkeeper, all of it. So
Yeah.
knowing the fact of knowing the books
Right.
and knowing that when you have a business, the first 5 years you're not gonna make money.
Well, and hold on, stop right there, okay? Because that's exactly what I want people to understand. When you're an agent, you're in business.
Yes.
Here, this is Keller Williams, Century 21, wherever you're at.
Yes.
Doesn't
Be
matter.
anywhere.
Doesn't matter. EXP, whoever.
Yeah.
I don't care. They are not the business. You are the business.
You are.
And people don't understand that because they're not out getting business for
No.
you are the brand, right? It's your name, it's your brand, it's whatever it is that you want to build. And until you really take that into consideration on how you promote yourself, market yourself,
Everything.
brand it, whatever,
Yeah.
it all falls in, and there's a lot of cost to it. So when you become a real estate agent, bro, you just became your own business. And until you understand that it takes a lot of work, effort, time, phone calls, text messages at midnight, it doesn't, to get that business going, like, don't think anybody's handing you anything.
Like if you've been an employee your whole life,
Yeah.
just think about where you go in, you have a job and you go in from 9 to 5, right? You have a
Right.
job, you have a specific responsibility. But know that that company has gone in through all of this that you're barely about to go to because
Yeah.
they've already done the work. They've already created it. They've already did
If
the
customers
marketing.
are walking through that door,
They've already
done that.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
where you're going to start from ground zero.
Right.
So they are able to
Yeah.
pay you because they've already done all the work.
You know, it's crazy. I had a lot of guys who had hit me up to come work.
I'm going to have to head out in a little bit.
All right, no worries. They've hit me up to come work for, to come to real estate, but they were selling cars,
Yeah.
right? And I said, okay, do you, like, I just asked them a simple question. How much do you put out on your social media, just
Yeah.
social, to advertise or promote selling the cars that you sell?
Yeah.
Like, well, I don't. I'll post a couple things, but I'm like, what do you mean? Just a couple things? Don't you want to sell? Well, yeah, but but what? My point is, bro, if you can make 10 grand a month selling cars, doesn't mean you're gonna make that in real estate. And I'll tell you why. Because those clients and those customers, bro, Ford has spent millions of dollars
bringing them in.
to bring those clients
They
to buy
branded
that car,
themselves. They
right?
put it out there. Yes.
They have spent the money to get that customer to drive there and go look at that car.
Yes.
Here, it doesn't exist.
No.
So it's a different.
Here, you're
world.
going to start doing that.
Yes, you
You're
have to
going to
create
have to
that.
drive your
Yes.
client to purchase that home.
Right.
You're going to have to drive.
And you're gonna have to find that client in the first
Exactly.
place. So
Yeah.
that's gonna take stuff like this, like putting stuff on social media.
Yeah.
If you're scared at this point to put yourself on camera, bro, please just stop.
Just stop.
Just stop. just jump on a team with myself, with Sandy, with people who are willing to put themselves out there, because the truth is you have to be the brand now.
Yeah. 100.
You have to be the brand. Nobody wants to buy from corporation. They want to buy from somebody that they can look at and say, hey, I trust you. Hey, I can have a conversation
I
with
can
you.
relate to you.
Yes,
I know the hard
yes.
work that you're putting because
Right.
it's not easy. It's not, it's not
100%.
one day you're here and then the next day you're
You know where I
sold like
learned
50
that?
houses.
You know where I learned that lesson straight up? At door knocking high-end homes.
Yeah.
Bro, the I don't want to say the lower price, but lower priced homes, people think you're out to rip them off
Yeah.
for everything. It's not that. Okay. And the people who have $5 million, $6 million, $8, $10 million homes, they've all 90% of those people
Yeah.
are in business.
Yes.
Or they're way up on the corporate
And they know
ladder
what
or
you're
whatever,
doing.
And they appreciate that.
They know what you're doing
Right.
because
So
they've done
it's
the
a
work.
different. They've done the work.
They've done
right.
the work.
So it's a different mentality. So for all you guys who want to break into that luxury market, and walk 12 miles to see 2 homes.
And let me tell you, it's even doing the door knocking here in houses is a whole different story. I've done sales, and I've sold things that nobody needs. You need a home. You need to sell. There's a need for it, right?
Here's one thing I can say about this business, right? People go, well, I don't have anything to do. Well, I don't know what to do. Listen, bro, if there is a house standing,
go for it.
Go knock on the door, right? If there is a phone number, call it. Like that's the simple things, right? And it's crazy that there's so much of this, I don't know. Well, okay, if you don't know, then you should be with somebody who does. Straight up.
The fact is that there isn't an I don't know, and if you don't know, you find out. Right. It's just a simple thing.
Yeah.
Every question has an answer. Yeah. Every, what is it? Like if I'm wondering, then you're going to be able to get that. Like you don't just come up with a, magical, potion and you're here. You build yourself. Yeah. So that's where I'm at. I'm going to have to head out.
Sandy is about to roll out on us. Yes. She's literally cutting this short.
I am. I have to roll out.
Which is cool. Final thought. What are you thankful for? Give me your top 3, go.
I'm thankful for, being able to have awareness, like I mentioned, awareness. Today, right now, I'm thankful for the environment that I'm in, and the mentors that I've come up to.
Nice.
And, just thankful to be able to wake up in the morning because, not a lot of us get that opportunity. Right. And to be able to have the opportunity to empower anyone I can.
Nice.
That's it.
I'm going to leave this with my top 3. Thankful for being able to make those decisions. Thankful for the clarity that comes with the work, right? And I think the last one is just the health, because the truth is that if you take care of your body, it will take care of you, right? And those things matter to me. Even though it's one of the things that I fight the most, it's being able to recognize it and make those changes.
Awareness.
So it's the awareness.
And your body's your temple.
Yeah.
Your body's your temple.
Yeah, and honestly, we need, and myself too included, guys, I want you to know when I look into the screen, know that I'm telling you, stop, and including myself, treating your fucking body like a garbage disposal. Yeah. It's not. We don't need to consume fucking 4 billion grams of sugar in a Starbucks every fucking day. You know what I mean? The amount of crap that we consume is unbelievable.
And have a Starbucks, but know what you're gonna get. You know what I mean? I have Starbucks, but know exactly what to get.
What I'm saying is the overconsumption. Yeah, because that's been my
that's
problem.
Where you've been. Yeah,
and
exactly.
That's what I'm trying to make relatable. Yeah, because the truth is, we know what's good for us. We were taught when we were young, right and wrong.
Yeah.
Right, and we've made those decisions because nobody's looking.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah. So man up to yourself.
Yeah, and just keep yourself, accountable for what you got to do. So thank you for having me.
Good times.
All right.
Till next time. Honestly, we could be here for another. Yeah,
I know we can.
Yeah, we would just keep going. So
all right,
guys. Till next time.
Next time.
I hope you guys enjoy your Thanksgiving. Do enjoy your family. Do feast as much as you want, because these are.
Tomorrow will be the day to feast.
Yeah, there's not a lot of days that those. That's one thing. There's not a lot of days where everybody gets together. So
no, enjoy because they're rare.
Yeah, make them valuable.
Have a good one.
All right, guys. Peace.
Bye. All right, I gotta head out and.